atmospheric, atmospheric. Attain, attain. Attendance, attendance. Attorney, attorney. Attract, attract. Attribute, attribute. Auditorium, auditorium. Austerity, austerity. Authority, authority. Authorize, authorize. Burden, burden. Burial, burial. Bush, bush. Butcher, butcher. Buyer, buyer. Convict, convict. Conviction, conviction. Convince, convince. Convinced, convinced. Cooling, cooling. Coolness, coolness. Cope, cope. Corporal, corporal. Corporation, corporation. Core, core. Correctly, correctly. Correspondent, correspondent. Corresponding, corresponding. Cosmetic, cosmetic. Counsel, counsel. Doom, doom. Dose, dose. Doubtful, doubtful. Downward, downward. Draft, draft. Drain, drain. Drastic, drastic. Drastically, drastically. Drawing, drawing. Dreadful, dreadful. Exhibit, exhibit. Expand, expand. Expansion, expansion. Expected, expected. Expedition, expedition. Expel, expel. Expenditure, expenditure. Experimental, experimental. Expire, expire. Explicit, explicit. Involvement, involvement. Ironic, ironic. Irony, irony. Irresistible, irresistible. Irrespective, irrespective. Irresponsibility, irresponsibility. Irresponsible, irresponsible. Isolate, isolate. Isolation, isolation. Itself, itself. Loaded, loaded. Loan, loan. Location, location. Lodge, lodge. Lonely, lonely. Navigator, navigator. Necessarily, necessarily. Needlework, needlework. Needy, needy. Neglect, neglect. Outset, outset. Ovation, ovation, overall, overall, overcome, overcome, overlap, overlap, privacy, privacy, privately, privately, probe, probe, procedure, procedure, proceed, proceed, proceedings, proceedings, process, process, procession, procession, proclaim, proclaim, producer, producer, production, production, productive, productive, productivity, productivity, professional, professional, program, program, qualify, qualify, quarterly, quarterly, cue, cue, quietly, quietly, quotation, quotation, quote, quote, respond, respond, response, response, responsibility, responsibility, restoration, restoration, restrain, restrain, restaurant, restaurant, restrict, restrict, restrictive, restrictive, resumption, resumption, retail, retail, retain, retain, retaliation, retaliation, retard, retard, retention, retention, steep, steep, steer, steer, stem, stem, stern, stern, stimulate, stimulate, stock, stock, stockpile, stockpile, stoppage, stoppage, storage, storage, stormy, stormy, straightforward, straightforward, strangely, strangely, strangle, strangle, strategic, strategic, strategy, strategy, strawberry, strawberry, stress, stress, strict, strict, strictly, strictly, strip, strip, version, version, vertical, vertical, veteran, veteran, viable, viable, vice, vice,